The following production contains adult language, fantasy violence, and other content that may not be suitable for all listeners. Please be sure to check the show notes for possible additional content warnings. Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoy.
Peter isn't sure what to say exactly. It's been almost 20 minutes sitting here in silence with Mary Jane Watson, looking out over the city together, his jacket wrapped around her shoulders. The adrenaline from the fall, from him catching her, from the reveal of it all, that seems to have sobered her up significantly. He should say something. He has to say something, doesn't he? There's no way, after something like this, they can just sit here forever and not say...
Hey, Peter. Does Harry know?
Peter startled straight out of his thoughts.
You mean... what about?
You know, about you. Spider-Man.
This is happening. This is real. He can't run from this. There in the restless city night, he remembers something Ben used to say before... before.
Well, you start running away from your problems, Pete, and you'll always be running. It's scary sometimes, I know. But it's the scariest problems that need confronting the most.
He takes a deep, shaky breath.
Don't be afraid.
No, Harry has no idea.
I didn't think so. Yeah, man, I was so sure. But to see it for myself.
She shakes her head, bewildered.
You're amazing, dude. Holy shit.
Thanks. I try.
You are.
She brushes her hair from her face.
What about Gwen? Does she?
No. Nobody knows.
He looks at her nervously in the shadows and the city lights. She's beautiful, even with her eyes red from crying, her hair a total wind-blown mess.
You do now, I guess. You're the only one who knows.
He's trying so hard to keep the panic in. He did the right thing. He had to save her, obviously. But if she tells anyone, his entire life is...
Pete, hey. It's okay.
What?
You're shaking. It's okay.
What?
He is.
Crap.
MJ moves closer to him on the rooftop. She touches his hand.
I was feeling sorry for myself, and I was being stupid. You saved my life. Before that, you saved Harry's life. You've saved so many people in the last year. I looked you up after the party, and I was so sure it was you. So wow.
Yeah, well, someone's gotta do it. Someone has to.
People should help other people. Not a lot of them do, so... Thanks, Pete.
She squeezes his hand reassuringly.
I won't tell anyone. Not even Harry. Okay? Promise. I'll take it to the grave.
Now it's her turn to look at him with trepidation.
Would you keep my secret too?
What do you...
I mean...
She indicates the fresh bruise on her cheek.
You know, this... My dad, his drinking, his... you know. And... my drinking too, I guess.
MJ, if he's hurting you, you should...
I have a sister, okay? Gail. She's 12. She's a lot younger than me. Mom was trying to fix her marriage in the worst way. But then she realized that Dad was just always gonna be Dad. And the day she realized it, she left us there with him.
MJ.
He used to be a cop, so all his friends are cops, and even if they believed me,
She swallows hard.
If people know they'll split us up, they'll take her away from me. I'm gonna be 18 soon enough, Pete. I can get away from him, and I can take her with me. But I've gotta bide my time.
MJ, I'm so sorry. I had no idea.
You weren't supposed to, Tiger. Nobody was, not even Harry.
So he doesn't know about...
My dad? No. He hasn't even met him yet. I'm trying to avoid that catastrophe for as long as possible. Thank you very much.
She leans against him now, bumping him with her shoulder. Peter feels an electrical charge shoot through his whole body.
We've both got our secrets to keep, I guess. You're a hero, Pete. And I'm a mess.
A fresh tear starts to creep from the corner of her eye.
I won't say anything. I promise.
Well, shit. See, there you go again.
She gives him a smile brighter than every light in all of New York.
My hero.
The chamber is made from several layers of proprietary space-age alloy. A massive high-tech apparatus hangs down from the ceiling, resembling something akin to a gigantic centrifuge. In the center of the room, Flint Marko lies bolted into an upright monitoring bed, adorned with all manner of computer interfaces and data sensors. From his perspective, he cannot see the huge tanks filled with a strange, white, gritty substance piped into the room's ventilation system. But the two men, and the one very uncomfortable woman, in the observation chamber above, watching from behind one-way glass, certainly can.
Sir, the morph armor is untested. We have no idea what this will do to the subject. We can't just...
You know, you're right, Otto. It's untested. That's why Mr. Marko here is so generously volunteering for us.
How did you arrange for this, sir?
All things yield to men of means, Desiree. Arranging this opportunity for Mr. Marko was a small feat in the scheme of things.
He jabs at the intercom button.
How are we, Mr. Marko? Are you enjoying your newfound freedom?
I don't know about this. You said if I helped you, you would...
I told you I'd guarantee your daughter's future, Marko, and that I'd give you the power to crush the man who ruined your life. I intend to do just that.
Otto suppresses a dark and knowing smirk.
But if that's no longer of interest to you, if you'd... I'd rather go back to Rikers.
No. If it'll help Kemia, and if it'll help me get back at that fucking stupid bug, I'm your guy. I'm just...
He looks up at the device above his head. A low electrical hum fills the air as capacitors begin to charge.
I don't even know who you are.
And you're not meant to, Mr. Marko. I value discretion where murder for hire is concerned.
Right. Are you sure this is safe?
Oh, perfectly safe, Mr. Marko. Don't you worry about a thing. Just relax and let the good doctor here do his work.
Osborn releases the intercom.
Give the man your best bedside manner, Otto. He's doing us a great service after all.
Yes, of course. Mr. Marko, can you hear me?
Yeah, that you, Doc. The funny-looking one.
Otto can feel Osborn's eyes on the back of his neck.
Yes, it is I, Mr. Marko, Dr. Octavius. Are you comfortable?
Fuck no! What do you think?
Well, I'm sorry about that.
He clears his throat, wipes at the sweat across his brow. He tries again, and does what he always does in times of stress. Grasps for the science.
What we are attempting to do, Mr. Marko, is empower you with an experimental armor comprised of a synthetic silicate material. In theory, it should enable you to adjust to nearly any conceivable combat scenario. The armor will shape itself to your will, like a liquid skin. You will be incredibly strong, supremely adaptable, and virtually invulnerable to all forms of harm. That's, what we're hoping, anyway.
Wait, why the fuck didn't you say so? That sounds fucking awesome.
Yes, well, we have to, in order to make it work, we have to permeate the synthetic silicate throughout your entire...
Doc, holy shit. You're making my head hurt with all this big brain crap. Anybody ever tell you you talk too much? Just juice me up already.
The headache again, pulsing between his eyes. Otto pushes his glasses back up his nose.
Of course. As you wish.
Otto engages the machine. Within seconds, the capacitors are firing off. The apparatus triggers, and the chamber begins to fill with the silicate.
No, wait. I didn't...
Shouldn't we help him? We need to help him.
He's getting all the help he needs right now, my dear. Rest assured. Change is a violent thing.
The horrific machine continues its work, and what Otto sees there within the chamber will stay with him for the rest of his life. As the terrible display continues to unfold before him, he tries to pull away, to avert his gaze. But a not-so-friendly hand on his shoulder holds him fast.
Don't close your eyes to this, Otto. Look on in pride at what you've done, my old friend. Remember, this is all for science. And of course, the end of Spider-Man.
When Gwen had insisted on a group study session, Harry had likewise insisted on laser tag.
It's 10 times more stimulating, Gwen. Not to mention great exercise. I'm being health conscious. Besides, you and Pete could both tap dance around this material in your sleep.
Yes, but you'll be doing less tap dancing and more falling flat on your face. I'm saving your life.
That's our Gwen, world's greatest superhero.
He tries and fails to suppress a mighty yawn.
Ooh, out late partying hard without me?
Huh? Oh no, the, water heater broke. I had to fix it. Took a bit longer than anticipated.
Oof. Sorry to hear. Listen, next time that happens, if you want any help...
Nothing can help that thing. It's been a lost cause since before Pete was born.
That is very true. But hey, if I ever need any reinforcements, you'll be my first call, Gwen.
When she smiles at him, it's strained, touched with something he can't identify.
I hope so.
An awkward beat hangs between them. The only sounds are freshly brewing coffee, the new age jazz flowing through the place, and a couple of younger teens huddled over their phones together in the corner. When the silence becomes too much for anyone to bear, Harry speaks up.
So, who's gonna tell me how we're supposed to solve for X or whatever here? This is all Greek to me.
You speak Greek, Harry.
Nah, you're right. Terrible analogy.
Don't worry. We'll get you through this together.
She pauses, looks around the coffee shop, back to her friends.
There are definitely worse ways to spend your weekends.
Yeah, MJ will be sorry she missed it.
MJ?
Oh, yeah, no, I invited her to come hang out with us. I just want you guys to get to know her, you know? Preferably when I'm not fearing for my life.
Let me guess. She had better plans.
I don't know, actually. Texted her before I went to bed, haven't heard back from her.
The teens in the corner are suddenly more animated now.
It's crazy, man. This is happening live. Look at this.
What is that thing?
I don't know, dude, but it's crazy, right?
You think it's real?
Gotta be.
Is it like a movie, or...?
Dude, it's live.
She just had a rough night.
Huh? How would you know, Pete?
I bet, you know, maybe she's just taking some time for herself?
Ha! Pete, okay, love you, buddy, but let me tell you something about MJ. That girl is on fire all the time. Life is one big party to her.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. You know, okay, look, just last week, she lost out on this big audition, okay? She'd been, talking about it for weeks. She was super hyped. You have no idea. And here I was thinking when she bombed, it'd be all crying and hugging and back pats. But you know what she said?
Oh, do tell.
She said, when the going gets tough, the tough go dancing. The next thing I knew, we were out until 4 a.m. Man.
He sighs happily as Peter feels increasingly uncomfortable.
I think I love that girl, man. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna call her again. 1 sec.
Harry! We're supposed to be studying.
Yeah, no, I know. Just 1 sec.
He steps away from the table, humming to himself. Neither Gwen nor Peter have ever seen him hum before in his life. All the while, the teens continue their debate.
Oh, did you see that guy go flying?
That's why I'm saying, man, there's no way it's real.
Why are you so dumb? It's live.
Yeah, but, they've got, AI now and stuff.
I think it's a mutant.
Lord help me. I think he's serious about this one.
I mean, she's pretty cool.
You think so?
I mean, you don't seem to.
Gwen taps her pencil agitatedly against the textbook spread open in front of her.
I don't know, Peter. Their whole relationship started based on false pretenses. Now she's ducking his calls, and he's too busy thinking about her to think about this test, which, I'm gonna be honest here, he's absolutely going to fail.
Gwen, I hear you, but he's an Osborn. He can buy his way into any school in the country.
You really think that's what's best for him?
No, but I mean, that's what he'd say. You ever seen him this smitten for someone before? Because I haven't.
Not for more than one night at a time.
Yeah.
Well, on his own head be it. It's good that you made it.
I mean, hey, of course. Why wouldn't I?
Every chance we get to hang out, you're always running off for some reason or other.
Gwen, I'm just...
You know, Peter, it's fine. I'm just glad you're here now. All right?
Dude, they're blowing up cop cars. He's like killing people and stuff.
What?
That could still be fake, dude.
What is wrong with you? Are you stupid?
Nah, I'm a skeptic, dude.
That's what I said. You're stupid. Man, this is right over on Chalvet Boulevard. The cops are getting their asses kicked.
Oh no. Never a dull moment.
You know, Gwen,
Oh, my God.
What?
You're about to do it again, aren't you?
Listen, my aunt. I need to...
I can't believe you. After we just...
I know. I have to go. I really have to go. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Peter, just tell me.
I'll make it up to you, I swear.
And with that, he runs off. Again.
How are you gonna manage that?
Meanwhile, Harry stands just outside the door, listening to the phone on the other end ring once, twice, 3 times, when finally...
Hey, Harry. Sorry, did you call before?
Hey, beautiful. Yes, I most certainly did. Me, Pete, Gwen, a couple of very formidable textbooks. You're missing all the excitement.
It's your study group thing, right?
It is indeed. We're just hanging out at the Daily Grind while I try to avoid doing actual work for as long as possible. You should come.
Oh, it's... Harry, I don't think Gwen would... Maybe not today.
Look, MJ, seriously, if you two just sat down and spent some time together, I think you'd really like each other. She just doesn't know the real you.
Neither do you.
Huh? Sorry, babe, I didn't catch that part.
Sorry, nothing. I partied a little too hard last night. I'm sleeping in this weekend.
The shift is almost instant, as MJ falls into her familiar role.
You know I can't let anyone see me at less than 100%, Mr. Osborn. Think of the scandal. Why, the tabloids would make a meal of both of us.
Hey, look, I'll weather the storm for you. You're totally worth it. Are you okay? Do you need me to bring you some Tylenol or some, I don't know, like chocolate or something?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Have a good time with your friends. Tell Pete I said hey. And, Gwen too, I suppose.
All right. I'll pass the well wishes along, but I am going to make this trio into a quartet even if it kills me, all right? Mark my words.
He hangs up, feeling good about himself. At least until he re-enters the Daily Grind and finds Gwen sitting alone, wearing a morose expression.
Wait, where's Pete?
Who knows, Harry? I certainly don't.
Wait, no, but he was just here. Oh, Pete, what the hell, man?
A few moments ago, Flint Marko was making his way out of Carmen's Jewelers on 5th and Dalton, dressed in a 2-tone green hoodie, carrying a backpack loaded up with half the store's inventory. Behind him, he left the place utterly destroyed. Display cases smashed, glass everywhere. A hidden safe torn from the floor. The rear wall collapsed, a vault torn open wide, and all of it covered in a strange silicate substance. Behind him, the old man spoke in pain and fear.
What are you?
Just a fella trying to make his living, Pops. Don't take it personal. Thanks for hitting the alarm like I told you. Makes this shit a lot easier.
Do you want to get caught, son?
Nah, just even.
With that, Marko had stepped out onto the street. Sirens were coming for him now, he could hear. From his earpiece, he heard the funny little doctor's voice.
How is the treatment suiting you, Mr. Marko?
Like a charm, Doc. I fucking itch all over, though.
There will be an adjustment, I'm sure. We can run more tests back at the lab. See if we can't... Well, in any case, do you see the primary target?
Nah. I got pigs coming up to crash a party, but I see no sign of that bug anywhere.
It may be that you need to, cause a greater amount of discord to get his attention.
There's something in the little man's voice. Just a touch.
You're getting off on this shit, ain't you, Doc?
Well, you know what they say, Mr. Marko. If you love what you do, you'll, never work a day in your life.
Sounds made up. Hey, cops are here. I gotta go say hi.
Godspeed, Mr. Marko. Put on a good show.
Whatever.
The first two black and whites arrived, skidding to a stop just in front of Marko. He'd waited with no small amount of excitement and pent-up rage as two pairs of cops clambered out from their cars, weapons drawn.
Don't move!
Hands in the air, now! Do it now!
Now there's a familiar fucking sound. No worries, officers. You want me to put my hands up? Is that right?
Marko complied, raising his hands above his head. But the dark smile didn't leave his face.
This guy's giving me the fucking creeps.
Turn around, asshole. Nice and... What the...
Marko's smile widened as his hands seemed to spasm, and more of that brownish silicate substance came pouring out from his skin, covering his hands, his arms, and as it covered him, he changed. He grew.
Oh, fuck me.
Final warning, mutant freak.
Marko's hands were now the color and texture of sandcastles, and 10 times their normal size.
Hey, I'm just complying here, guys. What's the matter, huh? What's wrong? Why are you all so scared, huh?
His hands stretched out from his wrists in massive sand-like torrents and gripped the two police cars by the front. Metal crunching, groaning, plastic splintering as he hefted them up high with impossible strength.
That's what I'm talking about! Watch the fuck out, pigs!
Laughing with delight in his newfound power, he hurled the two vehicles up the street, one after another. The first crashed in the center of traffic, causing an immeasurable cascade of chaos as cars slammed into one another with cacophonous force. The second car went further than the first and slammed into a transformer.
Would you fucking look at that?
One of the officers turned and stumbled into a run. Another sunk to his knees in terror, but one of them kept his wits enough to fire his weapon. He watched in horror as the rounds slammed into Marko and simply disappeared in tufts of sand.
Man, that tickles.
Man, what are you?
In the fucking mood for payback, that's what. Here, thanks for volunteering, asshole.
Wait.
Marko's impossible body shifted again, and his fist enveloped the cop's whole body, hardening around him as it did, harder than steel. The officer felt his ribs crack.
Stop it.
Time for some free throws, copper!
With a mighty swipe of his arm, Marko sent the officer hurling up and through the air, the same direction of the previously flung vehicles.
That's a three-pointer right there!
Marko looked for more opportunities to draw out the bug, and the cop was sure he was about to die. Peter knows this is getting out of hand. As he made his way out the side door into the alleyway, scampering up to the rooftop so he could change into his costume, all he could think about was Gwen and the crushed expression on her face.
If only I were half as good at coming up with excuses as I am at terrible jokes. Can't be helped. Power, responsibility, and a big old crater where my social life used to be. What else is new?
He rapidly webs his way up to a better vantage point, attempting to find the source of the commotion. Just in time, too, as a uniformed officer goes flying past him, screaming for dear life.
Whoa! Hold on, buddy, I've got you!
A series of web lines latch on to the airborne man, stretching with him, before Spider-Man brings him safely back down.
Think this is your floor, officer?
You're...
The terror that flaps in the night. What? Sit tight, I'll be right back.
And with that, he web slings away from the bewildered officer, ready to play the hero once again. But as he touches down in front of the towering man in the green striped shirt with impossibly large hands, he can feel his spider sense screaming at him. Usually, there's an indication of where the danger's coming from. But this time, it's just klaxons blaring in the center of his skull. Hard to get a fix on anything.
Oh, great. This is gonna be a rough one, isn't it? Hey, pal, you want police reform, I hear ya. But turning the fuzz into javelins isn't likely to help your cause, you know?
The other man grins at him, and as Spider-Man watches, he grows taller still.
Ah, crap.
Finally! I've been waiting for you, Bug.
And who are you supposed to be, the human sandcastle? Sorry, man, I'm just one itsy-bitsy spider. There's only so much of me to go around.
I'm the Sandman, Bug. Trust me, there's gonna be plenty of you to go around after I tear you apart for what you did to me.
The towering man's hands morph before Spider-Man's eyes, becoming massive mallets the size of semi-trucks, and then he brings them slamming down with a reckless fury.
Yikes!
Spider-Man hurls himself back and skyward, even as he flings out more web lines to reposition himself for a counterattack.
Oh, serious missed opportunity there, dude. You could have said hammer time. I'm very disappointed in you.
He pulls himself tight into a cannonball, flying through the air at his target before straightening out his legs for a solid kick to the man's face. Spider-Man feels his quarry shift beneath him. All force is lost.
That tickles.
Oh, that could have gone better.
10 out of 10, Bug. I think you're dying just fine.
Spider-Man redoubles his efforts, zipping along another web line to avoid more hammer strikes.
You know, I've gotta ask. It's fine, you trying to kill me and all. That just means it's a day that ends in Y. But you seem to be taking this really personally.
He launches himself forward again, striking at his target. This time with a punch aimed square at his jaw.
Oh, jeez!
This time, it's like punching diamond.
You don't fucking remember me?
Spider-Man winces, favoring his now bruised hand.
I come across a whole lot of jerks. Occupational hazard.
Let me jog your memory.
From out of the attacker's midsection, another hammer materializes and slams hard into Spider-Man, sending him hurtling back. He flies into a parked SUV and feels it dent in around him as he tries to get his bearings again.
Okay, that hurt a bit, actually.
His spider sense cries out for his attention, and he looks up on an aching neck just in time to see a sedan hurtling at him.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
If he'd been a microsecond slower, it might have been all over. As it is, he narrowly avoids being crushed, pushing past the throbbing pain to hurl himself back into the fray, which is the only reason he's not killed by the ensuing explosion behind him. Flung forward by the concussive force, feeling heat rippling across his back, Spider-Man loses control, skidding across the pavement at the feet of his attacker, now looming over him again, wearing a furious snarl on his face.
Hi, handsome. Come here often?
As he struggles to recover, Spider-Man feels himself lifted up now by one of his opponent's gigantic hands.
I was gonna be set up for life. One last job. Just one more. Then me and Keemia would have been good.
He drives Spider-Man back down into the pavement, and all the young hero feels as the asphalt cracks beneath him is pain.
I was just driving. That's all. I didn't kill nobody. But then you had to come playing hero. And you screwed it all up.
Again, Spider-Man is lifted up, then slammed back down to Earth. His vision swims. He feels a ringing in his ears. His left web shooter is broken. He can feel it sliding around uselessly beneath his sleeve. He tries to fire a glob of webbing with the unit on his right, and even in his terrible state, he manages to hit his target. But the vengeful villain's face shifts, morphs, and the webbing seems to disappear behind the man's skin.
Dude, I made that stuff. So, I gotta tell you, that's not good for you. No nutritional value whatsoever.
The villain's hands retract, pulling Spider-Man closer to him.
I kill you, and I can make everything right again. Money, and respect. My kid, it's all gonna work out. Just as soon as I fucking squash you for good.
Listen, man. I'm sorry if your life got messed up after I caught you. But your friends were blowing people up. Cops, civilians, everybody. I had to do something. I couldn't let you go.
His consciousness is fading fast.
I can't let anyone go.
Oh, so now you remember me, huh? I'm gonna enjoy watching your head pop like a fucking grape.
And with that, he starts to squeeze. From the rooftops above, the man calling himself Michael O'Mara watches intensely as the fight unfolds between Marko and Spider-Man. His glasses are clenched tightly in his fist. His strange eyes are wide as he takes in the carnage unfolding. Even from a block away, safe from being observed, his vision is more than enough for him not to miss a single detail.
This is bad. Marko's killing him.
From his earpiece, his companion pipes up to admonish him.
I can feel you thinking of doing something stupid.
You know, some would say brave. Heroic, even.
People who don't know you very well, maybe.
If he dies here...
It's bad, I know. But if you expose yourself, that's also bad. Maybe worse.
Tell me what's worse than him dying to the goddamn Sandman, huh? It's not... This isn't how it's supposed to go.
I keep telling you.
That we're past all that. Yeah. Sometimes a guy just wants to complain, all right? I'm sure you can relate.
All I have for company is you. Of course I can relate.
Thanks for cheering me up.
It's what I do.
He steels himself. There's not much else for it at this point.
All right, kid. Time for the shock of your... Wait.
There's a sound over the city, not unlike a sonic boom. Then a roar like a jet engine.
Is that?
The cavalry, it looks like. I think you get to keep warming the bench today, boss man.
Oh man, the kid's gonna hate this.
Just as it seems the Sandman is about to finish crushing the life out of Spider-Man, there comes a bolt from above.
Fuck!
Spider-Man drops to the street once again, as the arm that's been holding him firmly in its grasp is now detached from its owner, the stump glowing red hot as it smolders.
What the heck was...
Hey there, kid. Please, no applause. I'll have this all sewn up in a sec.
The newcomer is clad in red and gold high-tech armor, utterly unmistakable as he hovers in the air above them, surveying the battle.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Iron Man!
That's me, big fella. Homegrown Stark Industries original. Except not substitutes. I often shake your hand, but...
This doesn't fucking concern you!
You're in the middle of blowing up half of downtown, big fella. I beg to differ.
As Spider-Man looks on with bleary eyes, the armored Avenger rockets forward into the fray.
Jarvis, what's this guy's deal?
As ever, Iron Man's onboard AI does not disappoint.
The target seems to be equipped with a highly adaptable form of combat armor, sir.
Oh, a man after my own heart.
It appears to be bonded to him at a molecular level.
Well, that would explain the freakish range of his shape-shifting abilities. His mass is highly malleable. That gives me an idea.
A most terrible one, no doubt.
You say the nicest things.
A construct in the form of a massive sword comes slicing for Iron Man. But this time, rather than dodging the attack, his armor sends out a wave of pulsing blue energy. Upon contact, the construct freezes in mid-strike, before seizing violently until it shakes apart in a harmless rain of dust.
You can't do this! You fucking ruined everything for me!
Can't help it. That's what I do. I'm a ruiner. I ruin.
Another blast from one of his gauntlets punches a hole through the Sandman as he attempts to grow, only to shake apart in much the same way as his arm had previously, sending him crashing back to Earth in a whirlwind of sand-like particles.
Stop it! I need to fucking kill him! Stop getting in my fucking way!
The funny doctor has been quiet for some time during all the chaos, but now he speaks up.
Mr. Marko, at this point I feel it may be prudent to cite the old adage about discretion being the better part of valor.
What? What the fuck does that mean?
It means that it's time to go.
With a frustrated snarl, the Sandman shifts again, fast collapsing into a miniature dust storm carried off by the wind. In another moment, before either of the superheroes present can process what's happened, he's gone.
Running off so soon? We were just getting to know each other.
But of course, now Iron Man is left with only the horrible destruction the villain has caused, and the limp, struggling form of the amazing Spider-Man.
Anyone get the license plate for that vengeful supervillain that hit me several times in the face?
Hold on, kid. Jarvis, give me a medical scan, will you?
The young man has multiple hairline flashes and severe bruising, but that appears to be the extent of his injuries.
You're one tough wall crawler, ain't you?
It's all those cans of spinach. I had it under control, you know.
So, getting beaten within half an inch of your life was all part of your brilliant strategy?
Even with the pain he's in, Peter feels his cheeks flush beneath his mask.
I had it handled. I just needed my second wind.
He's being childish. He knows it. But there's a tightness in his chest that will not let him go.
Kid, you did the best you could. There's no shame in...
Hey, listen. I don't need a pep talk from some Stark goon zipping around in a publicity stunt, all right? I didn't need your help.
Kid.
Spider-Man.
What?
That's my name. Not Kid. Not... you know what. Next time, just take your help and shove it up your exhaust port.
He goes to throw up a web line, before remembering he's down a web shooter. Cursing himself, he instead leaps to a nearby building, immediately regretting it on contact as his muscles scream at him. His shame grows, but he can't possibly back down now. He scampers up the building, trying to avoid looking any more pathetic on his way to the roof.
Jarvis?
Yes, sir.
Remind me never to have kids.
Duly noted.
Mr. Romero replaces his glasses and steps back from his perch at the edge of the building.
Well, crisis averted, I guess.
You got lucky.
Hey, we got lucky. You know, without this kid, your prospects aren't looking too good either.
I would find a way to persist in spite of it all.
Oh yeah? How do you figure?
I don't know, just an optimist, I guess.
Yeah, well, the kid's gonna need as much of that as possible, the way things are going.
Just the kid, huh?
Me too, I guess. Could always use more optimism.
There's nothing more for him to do here. The danger's past. Iron Man is in the process of coordinating with EMS. It's a lot easier for them to get through now that there's not an enraged shape-changer hurling cars around.
Let's go home.
We're a long way from that.
Next best thing, then.
He makes his exit, retreating from the roof, fading into the chaos. And he never sees the small, vaguely octopus-shaped drone watching his departure from a vantage across the street. On the other end of the drone's optical systems, Otto Octavius frowns.
And who, pray tell, are you, my friend?
And now we are getting reports that Spider-Man appears to have fled the scene. Fortunately, Iron Man, the so-called Golden Guardian and poster child for Stark Industries, was on the scene today, and is now working alongside emergency services to aid in search and rescue.
Man, Spider-Man sucks.
Young Gail Watson makes this proclamation with the gravitas of a monarch condemning a failed gladiator to death.
Guy got his butt kicked by a dude made of sand. Iron Man? He was able to beat him in no time flat.
Her big sister, Mary Jane, had been in the process of surreptitiously dissolving some Alka-Seltzer in a glass of water before realizing what Gail was watching.
Hey, be nice, Gail. Spider-Man's a good guy. He saved my boyfriend a little while back, remember?
Okay. But that was like a vulture guy. This is a sand guy. Isn't that kind of lame? That's lame, right?
I'm sure he's doing his best to help. That is very much the opposite of lame.
I guess.
I hope he's all right.
Hey, MJ?
What's up?
How about you? Are you okay?
The child gestures to the side of her own face.
Last night, you and Dad, it was pretty scary, you know?
Mary Jane sets down her glass and plops on the couch next to her sister.
What did I tell you about not worrying about me?
I know. It's just...
I get it. Hey. One day, we're getting out of here. You and me, okay? And you won't ever have to worry again.
I am always gonna worry about you. You're my sister, you know?
I know.
She leans over and kisses the top of Gail's head.
And I love you for that.
As MJ hugs her sister tightly, she can't help but find herself drawn to the newscast once again.
Hey, be good for a while, okay? I'm going out.
Aww. What's up?
Nothing. Everything's cool. Just gotta check on a friend. Hey, if Dad comes home early from work, call me right away, alright? I don't want you dealing with his bullshit by yourself. I won't be gone long. Order some pizza if you want.
I'll eat it all, so...
You better not. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Tell your boyfriend I said hey.
Shush.
And with that, she heads off. Peter Parker has been locked in his makeshift lab for hours. It used to be a garage, back before he came to live with his aunt and uncle. But after he'd shown a proclivity for science and engineering, and Aunt May got frustrated at 10-year-old Peter taking apart her toaster to figure out how it worked, Uncle Ben and Peter had started to convert the space into a veritable temple of science.
But what about your tools and stuff, Uncle Ben? What about your motorcycle?
What, this thing? Pete, I'm getting too old to be zipping around on the interstate. Hell, I can't remember the last time I took this girl out.
You just say that because it doesn't work anymore.
Well, that may also have something to do with it.
I'll get it working again soon. Trust me.
Well, then that's all the more reason to put this space to good use. Give you somewhere to do your experiments. Flex those wonderful brain muscles of yours.
Thanks, Uncle Ben. If you're sure.
Of course I'm sure, kiddo. Just do great things with it. That's all I ask.
Peter shakes the memory clear. He doesn't have time to wallow in the past.
Ow. God, my ribs. Nice going, Spidey.
His powerful muscles tense up again as his thoughts return to his utter defeat at the hands of the Sandman. If not for Iron Man's timely arrival, a web cartridge goes sailing across the makeshift lab, bouncing off the wall, clattering across the floor.
I had it under control. I didn't need his help.
His fists clench tightly. His face grows hotter still. His vision swims. Maybe a concussion. Maybe tears.
I didn't.
Beside him on his workbench, his phone sounds off. He snatches it up without even looking at it.
What?
Whoa, hey buddy. Ceasefire.
Harry?
Who else would it be?
Sorry, I'm busy.
What the hell, dude? No, hold on. Where did you go? Gwen's really upset.
Wait, why?
It's been 3 hours, dude. Didn't you check your phone?
Sorry, I got distracted. Lost track of time. I'm working on something.
Alright. So, what's the secret project?
It's important. I can't... Don't worry about it, I'm fine.
You can't keep saying that, man. You're worrying us. Okay? What's going on? Come on, talk to me, seriously.
Harry, I can't.
Why not?
I just can't.
What the hell does that mean?
It means some things can't be fixed with Daddy's money, Harry. Okay? You get it? Are you hearing me now?
Pete, buddy. I mean, what the hell
Just shove off, Harry. Leave me alone.
With that, he ends the call with enough force to crack the phone's display.
I can't do anything right!
His head won't stop spinning. His heart is raging in his chest. Every nerve in his body is on fire. He sinks into the chair at his workbench, clutching his hands to his ears, rocking back and forth.
Stupid.
And just as Peter feels as though he might explode with the feelings inside of him, the buzzer sounds at the garage door.
Peter?
You alive in there, kiddo?
Yeah, May. Sorry, what's up?
You have a visitor.
Look, I'm not exactly... Oh, crap.
As the garage door starts to slide up, Peter hurriedly shoves his battered costume out of sight.
Aunt May, I'm really not in the mood for...
His aunt is standing there smiling. With her is not who Peter was expecting.
MJ?
I was in the neighborhood. Thanks, Mrs. Parker.
Mary Jane is holding 2 large takeout bags. Just behind her, May keeps making comically emphatic thumbs-up gestures and fist pumps that threaten to make Peter forget what a terrible day he's had and burst out laughing.
Oh, call me Aunt May, honey. Everybody does. And it was lovely meeting you.
You too, Aunt May.
I'll let you kids be. Have fun.
Thanks, Aunt May.
She practically sachets her way off, hitting the button on the garage door again.
She always that upbeat?
Ha! I mean, kind of. But you're, the only girl who's ever come here besides Gwen, so...
Aw.
She performs a mock curtsy, still holding the takeout bags. It's absolutely adorable.
I am humbled and honored, Mr. Parker.
Wait, so what are you doing here? How do you know where I live? I mean, no offense, but...
Oh, well, I was watching the news with Gail. I thought you could use some moral support.
Yeah, I guess so. Sorry you had to see that.
Trust me, I've seen a lot worse. Also, to your second question, you guys are still in the phone book.
Wait, what?
I know, right?
She holds up the bags.
Hungry?
His stomach growls urgently. He's been locked away in here for hours. He never even thought about lunch.
Yeah, thanks.
MJ strides forward, placing the bags on an empty workbench.
Okay, so, pad thai. You don't have any peanut allergy or anything, do you?
I mean, I did. Then I got superpowers.
That is so incredibly awesome. You have no idea. Okay, in addition, first aid kit.
Oh, MJ, you didn't have to.
Shush, don't ruin the moment. I also bought...
She pulls out a large steel tin and pops the lid to reveal a full sewing kit.
Voila! I don't imagine those suits are cheap.
No, they most certainly are not.
Oh, believe me, I know. Face it, Tiger. You just hit the jackpot.
Marko is strapped to the gurney once again, as Otto Octavius runs a battery of tests.
How are you feeling, Mr. Marko?
I hurt real bad, Doc. Something feels wrong. Like there's something burning in my guts. Tearing. I don't know, but it's not good.
Let me see what I can find out. Try to stay calm and still. Please.
Listen, I'll never call you a freaky bitch egghead again. If you could just make this stop, whatever it is.
Well, that would certainly be appreciated.
He studies the readouts before him. It doesn't take long before he finds what he's looking for, and the prognosis isn't good.
Oh, dear.
Doc? What is it? What? What's wrong?
Octavius swallows hard.
I believe you're dying, Mr. Marko.
Meanwhile, Harry and Gwen have taken their study session to the Osborn home, a gorgeous penthouse replete with luxuries. Chief among them right now, for Harry at least, is a massive couch.
Harry, how long are you just gonna, stare pensively up at the ceiling, lost in your own troubled thoughts and all that.
Sorry. It's just...
Harry pulls himself to sitting, swinging his legs back over the couch.
Hey, do you remember that first week after Uncle Ben died?
Of course I do. He shut himself away in the house, wouldn't come out of his room, wouldn't talk to anybody.
Yeah. Well, I tried. A few days after it happened, I went over there.
You never said anything.
Yeah, well, it didn't go very well. I kept insisting, kept pushing, you know? All I could think about was Mom and how I isolated after it happened. How bad it got. Because I didn't have anyone but my dad, you know? And it was not great. And I didn't want that for Pete, you know? So I guess I pushed a little too hard, and he really let me have it. Through the door, you know, but still.
That's the thing about Peter, Harry. He's got an amazing brain. He's one of the smartest people I've ever known. And that's what he uses to get through life, you know? Ever since he and I were little, he puts things into little puzzle boxes, and he rotates them around and around and around in his mind, takes them apart, puts them back together, until he understands. Or thinks he does, at least.
Yeah, from thermodynamics to how to ask Sally Averill to homecoming. What a massacre that was.
Harry, listen. What I'm trying to say is that when he can't understand something, process it, quantify it in some way,
that's when it gets bad.
That is when the entire system that makes up who and what Peter Parker is comes screaming to a halt.
So whatever happened between now and breakfast,
He's processing. Trying to. Anyway.
She places a hand on Harry's shoulder.
He still could have been, a little nicer, I'm sure.
I'm a big boy, I can take it.
He loves you, Harry.
Yeah, So what,
I'm struggling with this too, okay? This is not easy. He is frustrating me. But I can tell something's up, and it's... What is it you keep telling me? He'll tell us when he's ready?
I guess? Shit, that's lame.
Yeah, isn't it? What jackass came up with that one?
Hey, listen, I resemble that remark.
Yes, you do. I often say you look not unlike a pack mule.
You and every other woman I've dated.
Well, maybe you should be nicer to them.
Wait, you think that works? Huh? Who's... Oh, no.
The penthouse elevator doors open up, and in walks the last person Harry wants to see, now or any other moment in time.
Hello, son.
Norman Osborn, wearing a look one might use to regard a mess on the bottom of their shoe.
Dad, I wasn't expecting you.
Yes, clearly.
He turns his eyes to Gwen now, his expression shifting into a rough approximation of a smile that makes no attempt whatsoever to affect any warmth.
Gwendolyn, always a pleasure to see you.
Hello, Mr. Osborn, sir.
I hope Harry isn't wasting too much of your time. He has a habit of relying on those around him to pick up his slack, as I'm very sure you know.
Yeah, Dad, that's me, ever the disappointment.
If you'd only apply yourself, but I suppose we're past all that, aren't we?
There's a long beat of silence.
Did you need something, Dad?
Yes, I just stopped by for some files. I know you never understood this, son, but for some of us, well, the work, it never ends.
Wait, what files? You had everything moved to the tower months ago, didn't you?
All but a few odds and ends. When it comes to things most important, The best hands and eyes are still my own. One day, if Oscorp is ever fortunate enough to have you at its helm, I'm sure you'll come to appreciate that. Now, if you'll excuse me.
He hurries past them with long, brisk strides towards an ornate glass staircase. One look at Harry's face, and Gwen can't quite help herself.
Mr. Osborn. There's a wisdom in surrounding yourself with people who are strong in ways that you aren't yourself. Don't you think? It's a good leadership quality. I think Harry's really...
Gwendolyn, there's one very simple, paramount truth that I've learned in all my years. I found it much simpler at the end of the day. In this life, we are either kings or pawns, emperors or fools.
His false smile becomes colder still.
You do the math.
With that, he disappears upstairs, leaving Gwen and Harry alone once more.
Harry, I'm so sorry.
No, it's... You know what, Gwen? It's fine.
Are you okay? I know how he...
It's fine, really, Honestly, you know how often he throws that fucking stupid Napoleon quote around? Kind of loses its sting after a while.
He sighs before giving his textbook a look as though it's betrayed him.
I think I'm done for the day, Gwen. Sorry.
No, it's okay. My dad's probably wondering where I am anyway.
Don't mention my name. Or, good captain will send in a SWAT team.
Might straighten your dad out a bit.
Ooh, look at you with your silver linings, Gwen. All right, I'm gonna get out of here, before he comes back.
Sure. Walk me out?
But of course, milady. Right this way.
Osborn watches Gwen leave with his son through the penthouse camera feeds, feeling no small amount of distaste.
The boy calls himself an Osborn and he can't even overcome a bit of trigonometry? Where the hell did I go wrong?
But of course, he knows it's not his fault that Harry's turned out this way. No, the blame for all this falls squarely with the boy's mother, coddling him, indulging him. Such a banal, insipid preoccupation with making sure Harry felt safe and loved rather than strong, powerful. And now...
Such a disgrace.
Osborn turns his attention to the large portrait on his office wall. Emily Osborn, in all her beauty and grace, adorned in a gorgeously regal green dress, smiling more brightly than the sun itself.
If you could only see him now, Emily, my dear, I'm sure you'd understand. You'd see how right I always was. But it's rather late for all that now, I'm afraid.
Osborn's reverie is broken by a soft chirp of his earpiece. A glance to a nearby screen shows him it's an incoming call from the good doctor.
Never a dull moment. Speak.
Hello, Mr. Osborn. That is to say...
What is it, Otto? Spit it out.
We have a problem.
Do tell?
He's... Mr. Marko, sir. He's... The conflict with Iron Man. It's... Something happened to him. He's... losing cohesion.
What? That shouldn't be possible.
Of course, but that's what I'm looking at. He's coming apart, bit by bit. I don't... He isn't likely to last the week, Mr. Osborn.
Can you fix him, Dr. Octavius?
Well, yes, almost certainly, but it'd take weeks, at least, to isolate the defect in the nanotech, reconfigure it. This is foundational damage, sir. It's not going to be an easy fix. Sir?
I'm thinking.
Oh, right. Sorry.
All right. Get him back out there. Tell him to finish what he started. Tell him to think of his daughter.
But sir!
We should get some use out of him while we still can. Can't make an omelet, etc., etc. Call me again when we have Spider-Man in our clutches, Otto. Not a moment before.
Yes. Yes, Mr. Osborn.
Osborn ends the call abruptly, shaking his head. He sets about fixing himself a drink before settling into a large leather chair and closing his eyes.
I'm surrounded by incompetence, Emily. The universe is so truly unkind.
Following Harry Osborn has been surprisingly easy. For all his money and power, the punk has the situational awareness of a goldfish. Or maybe it's that Eddie Brock is just that good.
Where the hell are you off to now, Golden Boy?
When Norman Osborn himself entered the building, Eddie's heart leapt into his throat, just for a second. He thought of switching up his targets, focusing on the senior Osborn. But getting to Norman is a far more daunting prospect than approaching his son. Harry Osborn is Eddie's way in, even now. Get Harry, get to Norman, get some goddamn answers.
Tick-tock, Osborn. You're not gonna keep the fucking truth from me. Not anymore.
He watches Harry Osborn with his lady friend, watches them part ways, headed in opposite directions. He keys his motorcycle back to life and proceeds once again to follow his target. It's surprising for Peter just what a calming effect he finds in MJ's presence. It was a little awkward at first. He'd start to talk, catch himself, reel himself back in. But she's attentive, engaged. She asks questions. She laughs, she smiles. And all the while, she keeps stitching his suit back together.
It's gonna look good as new when I'm done. Scout's honor.
Seriously, I can't thank you enough for this.
Hey, think nothing of it. I'm just glad I had the right shade of blue on hand. More or less. Like I said, jackpot, Mr. Parker.
Okay, so I've gotta ask, where's that from? The jackpot thing. That sounds like a line. Is that a line? I don't watch a whole lot of movies, so...
Well, you need to start. We're gonna fix that immediately. I am gonna make movie nights a regular thing. You, me, Harry, Gwen too, if she'll tolerate me for long enough. And we are gonna make you a true celluloid convert.
Do I get a cool hat or something?
Nah, you get a letterboxd account. And you get to write really pretentious reviews on there and make a whole lot of people extremely upset.
Okay, I see. True power.
Next best thing to climbing walls.
So...
Right, so, the jackpot thing. Okay. I was dating this guy. This older guy.
How much older?
This older guy. Don't ask questions you don't want answers to, Petey.
Right, sorry.
And he wanted to make a movie with yours truly as the star.
Naturally.
Naturally. So, in spite of his insistence on my wearing the skimpiest outfits possible in just about every scene, it was cinema, Pete. Pure art.
Really?
God, no. It was schlocky garbage. If we'd ever managed to finish the thing, it would have been doomed to YouTube obscurity at best. But I don't know. I really liked it. It was one hell of a summer.
So how's the jackpot thing?
Oh, that was Red. That was my character's name. 3 guesses why? That was her catchphrase. Right before she'd kill one of the people who murdered her father.
Oh, so it was like a revenge thriller kind of thing?
Hardcore, hard rollers. And the tagline was, always bet on Red. I think he wanted to make it into a well, a very different kind of movie, if you know what I mean. But the catchphrase, it kind of stuck with me.
MJ makes a finger gun, squinting her eye and pointing off into the rafters.
Jackpot. The bam.
She can't help but laugh.
God, so stupid. What a summer that was. But it was pretty great. You know, until my boyfriend got arrested for possession with intent. Whoops. Talk about production hell, you know?
Jeez, sorry about that.
Don't be. He sucked worse than his movie. It worked out.
She nods over to where Peter is still toiling away.
What about you? What are you working on over there?
Oh, well, the, Sandman guy. He left these little particles on my costume after he, well, kicked my butt. I'm trying to analyze some of them so I can maybe keep him from doing it again.
Makes sense. So, what? He's not actually made out of sand, is he?
Peter absently forks a mouthful of pad thai, shaking his head and peering back into the microscope.
Nope, looks like... Whoa. Holy crap.
What? What is it?
There's no way. The tech for this. Here, check this out.
MJ moves closer to Peter, sliding into position over the microscope.
Sorry, Pete. This is way over my head. What am I looking at?
Right, okay. Do you see that little ring around the cell there? Looks kind of like an egg yolk, but darker.
Okay, I'm not sure it's... Wait. Okay, yeah, there it is. I see it, yeah.
If I had to guess, somebody bonded some crazy stuff right onto his DNA. That's what's giving him all these powers. And it's what's holding him together.
What do you mean, holding him together?
So, like, alright, every single one of us, we're essentially a new person every 7 years. You ever heard about this in class or whatever?
Yeah, I think so. Something about cell division? Something like that?
Cell division, exactly. Real ship of thesis stuff. It's been driving philosophers cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs pretty much since the dawn of man. Or at least since the advent of rudimentary biology. Anyway, we're all born with a set number of cellular divisions in us. When we run out, age catches up with us. Stuff starts to break down.
Peter gestures to the costume MJ's been repairing. He's almost crackling with excited energy.
Whatever was done with the Sandman, it gave him a whole bunch more of those cellular divisions.
Extra lives. Like in a video game.
Sure, yeah, kinda, sure, why not? Except this is crazy high-level Dr. Moreau type stuff. Whatever they did to him, it's not stable. There's still a limit on it.
Peter falters. A dark cloud passes over his face.
He's dying.
You seem awfully sad about that. You know, for a guy who tried to kill you.
Yeah, but I'm sure he's got a reason, you know? Somebody making him do all this? You don't undergo this kind of transformation for kicks. I don't want anyone to die. Not even him. I'd rather help the guy if I can.
What about you?
What about me?
How'd you, get your powers? Become Spider-Man? Were you born this way? Are you a mutant or like...
No, I'm not a mutant. No, there was an accident. I don't know. I'll tell you about it sometime. But for now, I've got to find this guy. He's on a ticking clock.
How are you gonna do that?
As if on cue, Peter's police scanner springs to life.
Hey, dispatch, this is Unit Adam 12. We got a 1066 here at the intersection of Lansing and 5th. This guy's just standing right in the middle of... Jesus! Adam 12? Come back, Adam 12. Dispatch, send additional units. Additional units now. There's stuff coming out of this guy. He's... Oh, holy shit. Holy shit, he's growing. Oh, Jesus. Send back, I'm back. All units. Respond to meta disturbance at Lansing and 5th. Repeat, all units.
Well, that solves my problem.
He holds out a hand.
I'm gonna need that back.
You got it, Tiger. Just finished.
She tosses the suit back to him, and he catches it with a small smile.
Hey, you explained the jackpot thing. What about the tiger thing?
Hey, can't a girl just like saying tiger?
I guess so.
Go save the world, okay?
Peter thumbs a switch, and the small skylight above the garage swings up. Always handy for making a spider-like exit.
I'll do my best.
By the time Spider-Man arrives at the scene, the street is in chaos. 2 police cars on fire, a massive traffic jam behind them. A bus seems to be lanced through the 5th story of an apartment building.
Man, City Services is gonna love you, Sandy. They're gonna be getting overtime with this mess.
I was wondering how long it'd be before you showed up, Bugman.
Close enough.
He drops from his web line onto a nearby lamppost.
Dude, listen to me. You're in danger. I don't know who did this to you, but...
Yeah, I know. I'm dying.
You know?
Hell of a thing, huh? But that's alright. They promised they'd fix me up real good.
Spider-Man's spider sense screams at him as one of the Sandman's arms reaches out, wrenching the lamppost from the ground.
Just gotta kill you first.
Yow!
He leaps free of the danger. Sandman whips the lamppost at Spider-Man like a crude fly swatter. A quick web line lets him change direction, veering clear of the attack.
Not a fan of that plan. Gotta be honest with you.
Another attack. A mace-shaped fist comes slamming down from overhead. Spider-Man cartwheels his way to safety, only for his spider sense to cry out again. And a hasty backflip is all that keeps him from being skewered as brutal sand-colored spikes burst upwards from where he'd stood only a moment ago.
Honestly, I've got to thank you for this, Sandy. Great cardio. You're really helping me stay in shape. Gotta watch my figure.
I'm gonna pulverize you. That'll slim you down real good.
I mean, no. Technically, pulping your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man would reduce the volume, but the mass would stay the same. Did they not teach you physics in school? Or did it just leak out of that overly porous head of yours?
You talk too much.
Another punch veers for Spider-Man, but he dodges again, lighting atop an overturned car.
It's been said.
Sandman is growing irate. Also just growing in general. He raises himself up, spreading out a hulking brown mass of malice and rage.
I'm gonna shut you up once and for all!
Not if I rely on my super secret technique. Taught to me by my elderly sensei long ago in the sacred spider dojo.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Never seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
What?
Bravely ran away, bravely ran away.
Spider-Man leaps far and wide, clearing the city street, bounding for the rooftops.
Come on, come to Papa.
You're not getting away from me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Yeah? We'll see about that.
What follows is a bizarre chase across the city, surely unsettling to witness. Spider-Man bounds and swings as the Sandman morphs and flows in different shapes, sometimes rushing on a veritable hurricane of sand, sometimes as dust-like particles almost entirely. But as quickly as he traverses the concrete jungle, he's not anywhere near as nimble or quick as the amazing Spider-Man.
Keep up, Sandy. You'll never win the gold at that pace. Do America proud, man.
As the Sandman gives chase, Spider-Man attempts to get his bearings, trying to find his way to the location he needs.
Come on, Figaro in 10th. This is a lot harder to do under pressure.
Seeing his target, Spider-Man takes another great swing, with Sandman screaming at his heels.
As soon as I get my hands on you, it's game over, wall crawler.
Oh yeah? Then what say we take this into extra innings, Sandy?
Spider-Man angles for the building below, aiming for a conveniently placed skylight.
Geronimo!
He crashes through feet first into the large building, landing lightly on the concrete floor below.
Jackpot! Hey, she's right. That's pretty fun to say.
Looking around, he finds the building, a warehouse to be more precise, to still be well stocked.
Dare I say it? I think things are starting to go my way.
He promptly walks over to a nearby wooden support column and raps his fist against it.
Better safe than sorry, that's all I'm saying.
It doesn't take long for Sandman to find him. A wild dust storm roars its way into the building before coalescing back into the form of a man. Sandman stands tall, his fists becoming a deadly-looking pick and a hammer once again.
Well met, comrade. Remember, we have nothing to lose but our chains.
What the hell are you babbling about?
Really? With the sickle and the hammer? Holy crap, dude. Do people just not read anymore?
Nowhere to run, Bug. Got you cornered now.
Spider-Man holds up a finger.
One sec.
Huh?
I'm just making sure it's still... Oh, hey, yep, there it is.
Humming to himself, he strides over to a large canister adorned with several warning labels, including a snowflake symbol and a skull and crossbones.
What are you doing?
Defeating you?
Sandman's smile widens, as does his body.
Yeah, sure, Bug. Whatever you say.
So hey, funny story. This is a storage facility maintained, and I say that loosely, by Stark Industries. Know what they keep here?
No.
Any and everything dangerous they plan on getting rid of. All kinds of dangerous chemicals, compounds, and who's who what's-its, all scheduled for disposal. It's a staging area, basically. Last stop before the landfill. It's one of the places I get the stuff to make my webs. Trust me, these things ain't cheap.
What the fuck are you...
Babbling about? Yeah, sorry. Get into it. Here, catch!
Spider-Man effortlessly hurls the canister at the Sandman, who promptly catches it in one of his massive fists.
Oh, you like took that literally.
That was your great plan? You're fucking dead.
I mean, it was and it wasn't. See that there in your hand? That is liquid nitrogen. A truly gratuitous amount of it. I noticed it the last time I was here on a supply run.
He hefts another identical canister.
And so's this one.
Spider-Man flings the second canister at the first with all his might. The industry-grade containers rupture under the super-strength augmented impact, and as thick white smoke billows out, and the Sandman is covered in gallons of freezing liquid, he screams.
Ah! What did you do? What the fuck is this stuff? Ah!
Flipping back to a high vantage point, Spider-Man watches as the Sandman is swiftly flash frozen to the warehouse floor, his body rapidly becoming encased in ice.
I told you, liquid nitrogen. See what happens when you don't pay attention in class. You miss all the important stuff. I'd never do this to a normal guy. I'm not a killer. But I've been watching you. Your skin seems pretty impervious. You're able to turn into dust at will over a gigantic friggin' radius. Which also suggests your lungs are more of an afterthought at this point.
I'll kill you! I'll kill you!
That's how I figure you can take it. Big guy like you? Worst this'll do is help you chill out until the cavalry gets here.
Spider-Man winces.
Chill out? That was cold, even for... Cold? Oh, come on!
I'll get you for this, Spider-Man! I swear! I'm gonna...
Surely there's going to be more. But before he can hurl forth further threats, the Sandman is entirely encased, and the warehouse falls silent.
Eat your heart out, Iron Man. Speaking of which...
Whenever Spider-Man's been here in the past, he's taken great pains to avoid the Stark security systems. But this time, he purposely made no such effort. So if he's right, any moment now...
I love being right.
From up above, Iron Man floats down through the skylight Spider-Man shattered earlier.
You've made a bit of a mess.
I was trying to freeze-dry some candy. I got a bit out of hand. But I've got to tell you, worth it.
Iron Man gestures to the flash-frozen Sandman.
That guy from earlier?
I mean, it's not Amelia Earhart. Although that'd certainly be a trip.
Looks like he's still alive. But he'll bust out eventually. Gotta have to work with the local authorities to contain him.
Yeah, well, I figured when the alarm tripped, the security feeds would pique your boss's interest enough to send you in to deal with things.
You could have just called.
Wait, what? Are you in the phone book?
Stark is... We have a hotline.
You have a... There's an Iron Man hotline? Are you kidding me right now?
App coming out soon, too. Cute too, probably, but mum's the word on that.
The Golden Guardian looks Spider-Man up and down, appraising him.
Nice to see you bounce back. You handled the rematch pretty well, Spider-Man.
He holds out an armored hand.
Nice work. You know, I might have a gig to discuss with you, if you're interested.
Spider-Man does not clasp the proffered gauntlet.
Yeah, no sorry. I'm no one's company stooge. I know how that story goes.
What? You've got a problem with ingenuity and innovation? Not to mention a health plan with killer dental? A 401k?
No, I have a problem with corporate greed.
Stark is different.
I'm sure he pays you real good to say that, too.
Spider-Man gestures to the entrapped Sandman.
He's breaking down. Massive cell degeneration. Whoever did this to him, it was a bit of a hack job. Whatever you hit him with the other day made it worse.
I mean, I hate to point this out, but he tried to kill a whole bunch of people, Webhead. You included.
Doesn't matter. No one deserves to die. He needs help. You want to prove to me that Stark's one of the good guys? Tell him to start there.
Spider-Man fires up a web line, back the way he came.
Nice team up. See ya!
With that, and one magnificent leap, he's gone.
Jarvis?
You rang?
Start a file on Spider-Man. I want to keep my eye on this kid.
Of course. At once, sir.
Riding high on his victory, Spider-Man perches atop a water tower.
Man, how's that for a comeback bout? Best of luck to you, Sandy.
Spider-Man is done for the night. Peter Parker, on the other hand, has a bit of an apology tour ahead of him. He steels himself and phones Harry.
Mushy mushy?
Harry, hey.
That is, in fact, my name. I'm sorry, Pete. You caught me taking a swim in a pool filled with... Get this, you're never gonna believe. Daddy's money.
Peter winces.
Not my best moments. I'm sorry, Harry. That was messed up.
A bit. Just a bit. Low blow, that.
I was having a bad time. And I took it out on you. That was wrong. Way wrong. I'm really, really sorry.
I know you are, buddy. I just wanted to let you twist a bit.
I deserved it.
Well, regardless, are you okay?
I am now, I think. I fixed it.
Uh-huh. Does that mean you're gonna stop disappearing now? Leaving me to cover for you, all that razzle-dazzle?
No, probably not.
At least he's honest.
Look, I am going through some stuff. And it's not easy for me to talk about. Not even with you or Gwen, okay? And I know that sucks to hear, but it doesn't mean I don't love you guys. I do. And I need to make an effort to let you both know that more. I promise I will. And I promise that when I can talk about the thing I'm dealing with, or whatever, I will. I absolutely will.
Peter looks out at the city. He wishes he could have shown Uncle Ben this view.
Still friends?
Pete, you need to do a hell of a lot worse to ever change that, alright? I've got you, buddy. I'm right here. Always.
Love you, man.
I love you too, Parker. Okay, I'm calling Gwen. I'm calling Gwen and MJ too, as a matter of fact. We are getting together tonight.
We are?
Oh, hell yeah we are. I need to give you the broiest bro hug in the history of bro hugs. And we, Mr. Parker, we need to do battle.
Do battle? Oh, alright. The, usual place?
You know it. I'll let you know the time once I've wrangled the gals. Hey, be ready for the fight of your life, Monsieur Parker.
The call ends. Peter smiles.
Okay. Maybe I do get things right every once in a while.
Harry Osborn twirls his fork with the gusto of a samurai preparing for a fateful duel, and stares hard across the table at his two best friends. Beside him, MJ speaks in a stage whisper.
Why do I feel like I just stepped into a kung fu movie?
Tradition. We used to come here all the time. Anytime one of us scored a big win. The boys would challenge each other to see who could finish more plates before tapping out.
Ooh, combat sports.
Gwen's the best second a guy could ask for.
Aww. Thanks, Peter.
Don't worry, Harry. I'll be sure to do my part.
I have the utmost confidence in you, my love.
Peter winks, but keeps one solemn eye on Harry. MJ's smile widens just a bit.
Pete, Gwen, I hope you've prepared yourselves. The most sacred rite is about to commence. I hope you are prepared.
Peter bows his head in mock gravity before taking up his own fork.
Mr. Osborn, I accept your challenge. May the best team win.
Boys, just putting it out there. We could just take our time. It doesn't have to be a competition.
No.
Didn't think so.
Without warning, she springs to her feet, giggling.
You're on, Harry! Come on, Pete!
Right behind you, Gwen.
The two of them make haste for the buffet line, laughing like children together.
Dibs on the short ribs.
It's a buffet, you know. There's plenty to go around.
Not when I'm done.
Harry smiles, shaking his head ruefully.
What about your little contest, handsome?
I'll let them have a head start. They need this.
Maybe you do too, huh?
Yeah, alright. Maybe a little. But hey, thanks for joining us this time.
Of course. I'm sorry. I've been a little distracted lately. Things haven't...
She stops, considers.
What is it?
Nothing. It's nothing. I'm just glad to be here with you guys.
Oh, it wouldn't be a party without you, babe.
Well, obviously.
She looks over to Peter and Gwen, earnestly piling their plates high with food.
She's head over heels for him, isn't she?
You noticed that, did you? Yeah, they've known each other since long before I came around. And somehow I think they're the only ones who don't see it.
Well, sometimes you can be a little too close to something, or someone, to really see the whole picture, you know?
Ah, cracked into your fortune cookie a little early, huh?
Never. That's bad luck, didn't you know?
You made that up.
Even if I did, it doesn't mean it's not true.
She rises from the table, plucking up her plate.
I'm starving. And there's an entire tub of lo mein calling my name.
I'll catch up with you in a sec, babe. I'm gonna go wash my hands before I start going to town and smoking these jokers.
Oh, that Osborn refinement at work, I see.
She plants a smiling kiss on his cheek.
Don't keep me waiting.
Never in a million years.
Meanwhile, Peter and Gwen are piling their plates high.
Hey, so... about breakfast.
Oh, it's okay, Pete.
No, it's not. Listen,
You are dealing with something. Something big. I mean, it's gotta be enormous because you won't talk to me about it. You won't talk to Harry.
Gwen,
Let me finish, okay? We're holding up the line. Let me get this out so we can go kick Harry's smug little butt.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. You go.
Thank you. So, I have made a resolution with myself. Did it hurt when you ran off today? Again? Yes. Yes, it did. But I know that you're dealing with something. And I know that not being able to tell me about it, that probably hurts you too. A lot.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not saying I'm gonna be perfect, Pete, okay? I can't promise you that. But if you try your best, I can try too. Just don't forget I'm here, okay?
How could I ever forget about you?
She smiles, looks away for a second, shifts on her feet, seems to debate something with herself.
Gwen?
She moves forward then, and she kisses him. It's gentle. It's quick. It's clumsy in an endearing sort of way. Peter feels his heart do a move that would put his alter ego to shame, and as Gwen pulls back, her cheeks are bright red.
Gwen,
Crab Rangoon! Now! Right now! Yes! Right now! So much! So much!
He smiles, touches her hand.
Let's go, you know? Get that victory.
Hell yeah.
Meanwhile, Harry heads off to the restroom, humming a jaunty little tune to himself. All is finally the way it should be. MJ's starting to feel like a part of the gang. Pete feels like he's back to his old self, and he and Gwen are finding their footing again. His father continues to be his father, but in truth, there's not much he can do about that, is there? He just needs to appreciate these little moments as best he can. Nothing could possibly ruin a night like this.
Huh?
How you doing, Osborn?
Oh, shit.
Eddie Brock storms in, grabbing Harry by the collar before he can even process what the hell's happening.
What the hell, Brock?
Eddie slams Harry up against the tiled wall next to the urinals. The older boy is big, built like a linebacker. Harry considers pulling out some of the fanciest judo the Osborn fortune could buy, but instead, he opts to play it cool.
We gotta stop meeting like this, dude.
He's still fucking doing it, man. It's still going on.
Okay, if you could just... Jesus Christ, if you could just put me down, maybe stop playing the fucking pronoun game.
Your father.
What about my father? What, man? Fuck, what? Okay, I'm sorry about your mom, Eddie, but this is way out of line.
Yeah? What about this shit? Is this out of line?
He pulls out a flash drive.
What's Project V, Osborn?
Well, I don't know, Eddie. Why don't you tell me?
I don't know either, smartass. That's why I'm asking you. All I know is that it's what my mom was working on when she died. And it's still in active development at your dad's company, whatever the hell it is. It killed my mom, and it's still fucking happening.
Harry swallows hard.
Eddie, I'm sorry. Seriously. But what is it you want me to do here?
Eddie shoves the drive roughly into Harry's shirt pocket.
Hey!
Take some fucking responsibility, Richie Rich. How about that? I've only managed to get through the outer layer of what's going on that drive. And it's a fucking dark, cancerous, evil mess.
Oh, what? My dad's up to his eyeballs in dark shit, Eddie? Jeez, thanks for telling me. I had no fucking idea.
No. That's the fucking thing of it, man. I know you know. But you still throw his fucking money around, living life like it's one big fucking party. I've been following you all week.
You what?
And sure, you say you're nothing like him. But you sure love living like a fucking Osborn, don't you?
What do you expect me to do, Eddie?
See if you can dig deeper into this. Get through the next layer of encryption. Help me find out what the fuck Project V is. If you still want to wander through life with gold-plated blinders on, fine. I'll do this shit myself. Not like it's gonna be any different from how it's been. But if you want to get off your ass...
He crams a crumpled up slip of paper into the same pocket as the drive.
Give me a call.
He steps back from Harry, turns on a heel, storms for the door.
You gonna keep following me around, asshole?
But Brock just leaves. Nothing more to be said. Harry's alone now, standing under the harsh bathroom light. He holds up the drive and catches his own reflection in the mirror.
I'm not my dad.
His reflection offers no response.
I'm not my dad!
He drives his fist hard into the bathroom mirror. It spirals out, sending cracks running through his handsome reflection. He looks at his hand. A little red, but no broken skin. He shakes his head clear as best he can, gathers himself.
Fuck you, Brock.
A few minutes later, he rejoins his friends, each gorging themselves relentlessly. There's something different. They keep looking at each other, then looking away and smiling. He's pretty sure he missed something.
Thought you drowned, man.
I was about to send in a search party.
The indigestion's not supposed to start until after we leave here, Harry.
You all right, Harry?
He fixes a smile to his face, turns the charm back up.
I'm great. How the hell could I ever be anything else?
He grabs up his plate.
Come on, Pete. I'm about to taste my entire weight in sesame chicken, much as you are about to taste defeat.
Inside a parked car, Mr. O'Mara listens to the quartet happily gorge themselves, seemingly without a care in the world.
Were you like that when you were young?
I resent the implication that I am no longer young.
Ooh, I have bad news for you then.
I'm gonna fire you.
Good luck with that.
To answer your question, when I was young, I was, much more of an asshole.
As opposed to now.
More of, I said.
He watches the group through the window of the restaurant, blissfully unaware of all that's coming.
Kid deserves better than me. They all do.
Don't go getting all grim and brooding on me now, handsome. We've still got a job to... Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What?
We've got a problem.
Oh, so like more problems, you mean?
Someone's running a check on Michael O'Mara.
Okay, that's not great, but your work is solid. The ID's gonna hold.
That's not what I'm worried about.
I know. The fact that somebody knows to look into my cover is...
So not good.
Very not good. Where's the inquiry coming from?
Hold on, I'm working with limited resources here.
I know. Just do your best.
I don't know how to do anything else. Let's see. It's... Oh, shock.
What do you got?
Oscorp Tower.
What?
The inquiry's coming from someone inside Oscorp.
You know what they say, all roads lead to Rome. And all shit rolls downhill from Norman Shock and Osborn.
What are we gonna do?
We wait and see. The mission hasn't changed. We're here to observe, and we're here to protect, right? Peter Parker is the only thing that matters. Osborn comes after me. He's gonna regret it.
I hope that you're right, Miguel.
Me too, Lila. Me too.